If you're thinking about starting a new business, watch this video until the very end. Today, I'll be going over some key items that you need to know to create massive success as an entrepreneur for your new business or venture. I'll be sharing some of the best advice that I've picked up over the past decade creating multiple seven-figure businesses, all bootstrapped and all from scratch. Let's get started. Thanks for tuning in right now. I'm pulling out all the stops on this episode, so you're in for a real treat today. Real quick, before we begin, please hit the subscribe button and the little bell icon down below to keep me on your radar so you never miss an important episode like the one you're watching right now. My name is Nick Cutnero, and I've generated millions in sales over the past 8 years with my digital agency, as well as product-based supplement businesses and software-as-a-service companies that I've launched along the way. I've worked with hundreds of entrepreneurs and hundreds of companies, so I have a very keen eye for what works and what doesn't work in business. While I have achieved more success at the age of 35, more than I could have ever imagined, it's still ground and pound for me each and every day as I'm working toward my highest potential, never taking any previous success that I've experienced for granted. Now, let's get right into it. Allow me to ask you a question right now. Is your business idea any good or even worth pursuing? Before we get into anything tactical, it's important that we evaluate your business idea to see if it's worth your time, energy, and effort, and to see if it's worth dedicating your life toward pursuing. I'm not here to judge your business or poke holes in it. I'm simply here to give you the criteria that I use whenever I'm evaluating a new business idea or I'm working with an entrepreneur to determine if it's an idea worth pushing forward on. First, are you the only person entering this space or business vertical where there's no other competitors because your idea is so unique and you're the only one entering the marketplace? If that's the case with your business idea and it's truly unique and one of a kind, it doesn't necessarily mean that you have a bad or poor business idea. It simply means that you may have a little bit more resistance. Educating the market and getting people to understand exactly what you're trying to do and how you're different than anything else they've ever seen before. If you're entering an industry which already has established competitors, great. Never fear competition. Instead, look to see what the big players are doing, who are your competitors, and see what's working for them and establish some guidelines for success for your new business or venture. For me personally, I don't like to reinvent the wheel in business. I like to look for underserved markets, check out the competitors there, create a business to serve that need, and compete. It's as simple as that. Now, some may argue that innovation always wins, or your business, your idea, your venture needs a unique value proposition. Not always the case, and I'll explain why. Remember these 3 words, and you'll always be in a powerful place in business. Simple makes money. The simpler the business is, the more you'll be positioned to compete and grab market share fast. The more aware of your competitors and what they're doing to achieve success, the more successful you will be. I'll say it again. Write this down if you need to. Simple makes money. After you've wrote that down and committed that to memory, please comment down below where you're at on your journey as an entrepreneur. I'd love to know if you're starting a business, currently own and operate a business, or looking to scale a successful company to the max. Comment down below. So I have another question for you. What resources do you need to launch your new business or venture today? If you were fired from your job at work, or you simply just wanted to go all in on your new business idea or venture, what would you need to get started? And by getting started, not this month, not next year, today. In 2019, with technology creating so much leverage, it's important to remember that you're always 1 degree away from whatever you need to set up your business, get in touch with someone who can help you start your business, and launch your business idea or venture quickly, efficiently, and on the cheap using tools readily available to you. With respect to startup costs, you're going to need some, no doubt about that. However, if your business is reliant on using somebody else's money or an investor stepping in to get your idea or business off the ground, you may have some challenges ahead, and I'll explain why. At the most critical time of your business, during the launch phase, if your mind is focused on pitching investors versus testing the viability of your product or service in the market with real customers, real potential consumers, you may have a real uphill battle ahead. Now, let's say you're successful and you've obtained that investor money, whether it's an angel, a friend, a family member, an institution, it doesn't make a difference. Once you're done with that dog and pony show of raising the money, it's time to get to work. You're on the hook now. You need to deliver to your investors and make good on your word. After you take investor money, in most instances, you're committed to pleasing them first, oftentimes before yourself, your clients, your customers, and any consumers of your product or service. If you're a first-time entrepreneur, you'll have the weight of the world on your shoulders, and this is a difficult place to be, to think clearly, see the road ahead, and get back to the reason why you even wanted to go into business in the first place. Here's my advice. Do whatever you can to launch your business on your own, on the cheap, without partners, and keeping your clients and customers and the people you're serving in mind first. The rest will take care of itself, but you need to maintain control before you commit to things that you really don't want to commit to. Profit first. If you don't approach business with that mindset of seeking profit first, you're in for a long, uphill, hard battle ahead. While in pursuit of profit, your business should create some joy in your life, help some people along the way, and most important, put you and your family in a better position. Another question for you. What methods will you use to acquire customers, and how much will it cost to acquire a single customer? Before going full force into any new business or venture, it's important that you have an idea on the methods that you'll be using to acquire customers. Obviously, there are many ways that you can approach client and customer acquisition. Methods of promotion that I've tried include cold calling, direct mail, Facebook ads, email marketing. I've even used affiliate networks, which has been fantastic over the years, and many, many more. While I've never tried TV, radio, or billboards, if you're an experienced media buyer and you know what you're doing, that's fair game too. The point that I'm trying to make here is that you need to have a grasp on what methods of promotion that you'll be using to primarily drive your business forward that you can rely on time after time, year after year, to generate sales, generate prospects, and keep your business pushing forward. Furthermore, it's important to have a grasp on the costs associated with acquiring a single customer, generating a single sale, so that you can understand the math and the capital requirements necessary to scale and grow. What I'm about to share next may seem a little counterintuitive, but it's actually very smart, and I've done this in the past myself. If you're looking to sell a product or even a service online, seek the biggest competitor in your space and take a look to see if they have an affiliate program available. Now, once you've identified that they have an affiliate program, Look to promote their product or service, even though they're a competitor or a perceived competitor at this point, and try your hand at successfully buying media, maybe running Facebook ads or doing a direct mail campaign, just to see if you're actually making the smart decision to get into that space. Because if you're having trouble promoting their product, you could save yourself a lot of grief and a lot of stress creating your own. Some words of advice and some words of caution. Starting a business, as you probably know, isn't easy, and fierce competitors will always dominate the marketplace. If you've been able to keep your business model simple, keep your overhead low, and gradually refine and optimize your client acquisition strategy and process, you're probably thinking to yourself right now, I can relax. I can take a step back. Well, reality is you can't. The fun's just getting started now. If you're just starting a business or currently own a business, it's important to note that if you want to become successful or maintain a level of success, you're going to need to work longer, harder, faster, and smarter, and with more tenacity than you've ever worked in the past in supporting roles. This is really competitive if you want to play at the top and hold your position in the market. I'm not saying that to discourage you. Don't get me wrong. I need to note that because everything can change in your business and in your life in the blink of an eye, and you need to be prepared to weather some wild storms ahead. They will happen. Every business has its moments of greatness and it has its dark moments too. So it's just important to note what may lie ahead. I've been there myself, and it's hard. I'll speak from experience right now. In the fall of 2011, I met with my girlfriend at the time in a Panera Bread parking lot, and I had to explain to her that I had just lost a 125 site blog network. It was just de-indexed by Google. And that blog network supported a business which was producing $2,000 to $5,000 a day, every day for months in profit. At that very moment, I lost everything. I had put all my eggs into one basket. I was reliant on a single point of failure, and I failed. And that business failed. And I'm glad my girlfriend at the time stuck with me and believed me when I said, I'm going to rebuild and I'll never let this happen to us or myself again. And I'm glad to say she married me a few years later. My point is, be aware of where your business is fragile, even if you're just starting out. If you're completely reliant on, say, Facebook ads to generate sales or generate leads for your business, and one day Facebook says, we are no longer supporting your industry, you got a serious problem. To be a competitor and to be a threat in your industry, you need to identify all areas of your business, whether they're good, whether they're bad, which are fragile, and strengthen those areas. Expand upon them, build upon them, so that you're never reliant on a single point of success or failure in your business. Even if you don't see yourself as a competitor right now in business, that's perfectly fine. You might be a first-time entrepreneur, or this video might be your first exposure as to what it takes to start your own business if you want to head down that path. In any case, you need to understand that business is a game. And like all games, you need to be competitive to win. To win a game in business and in life or in any other area, sports doesn't make a difference. You need to have a whatever it takes attitude to keep pushing forward and see to it that you reach your goals and reach your potential. My name's Nick Cutnero, and I want to thank you for watching. I'll see you next time.